people, Tracy Reed here today, scrapbooking a 12 by 12 layout using the Cocoa Daisy Let's Go collection. This collection is adorably diner themed, and since when we were in Wisconsin last year when I taught at She Loves Color, we went to a retro sort of diner speakeasy. I thought that I would lean heavily into the theme and really go for it with this giant menu photo paper from the 12 by 12 papers, but I will say that it is a little bit wild to be building on top of because I have so many colors going on in my photos. So I'm going to whitewash it just a little bit with some white paint watered down with water and I'm just blending over the bright colors and just whitewashing it a little bit. I still want to be able to see it, but it is a little bit too bright to build on top of for me specifically. I decided to add in some more blue, and I did that with this scatter brush from Tim Holtz, and then I just went ahead and dried it all off, and now we are ready to build on top of it. You can see it did not make that pattern go away. It just made it a little bit less crazy in the background here, especially since look at all these papers that I'm going to be adding to this page. There is a lot of pattern going on, a lot of color, so I want to make sure that I can really see the background, or I can really see the photos on top of the background. So I decided to mat two of the photos in this red checkerboard, and I was initially going to heavily lean into the red, white, blue, red, white, teal, and black theme, but I do end up adding a little bit more color than that in the end, and actually really like that. I think I went almost all the way to the end without adding a lot of extra color, and then in the end I do go ahead and add in a couple of extra things to bring in some more color, and it really did feel like it finished it off better. Sometimes I really like a solid color theme, but sometimes, you know me, I love rainbows, so all the color all the time. I popped up those matted photos on foam tape from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and now I'm just kind of going through. I pulled out a bunch of things that I thought might work for this page, and I'm going through and just auditioning them, seeing what I want to add where. That little paper clip is adorable, so we are definitely, I'm definitely trying to lean as far into the diner theme as possible because I don't have a lot of diner sort of photos, so I want to make sure that I use up all of this really adorable stuff as much as possible on this page. So I have the chipboard out and some of these ephemera pieces. I decided that this Please No Dancing on Tables, I really, really want to use it, but it was too big to have another journaling card there. And I remembered that there was another iteration of that on the rub-on, so I just went ahead and took it off, and I will use a smaller version of it instead. I thought it was funny. We met my friend Allie Skifton, who is in the scrapbooking world. Fun Adventures with Allie, you might know her. We met her for dinner when I was up in Wisconsin. It was super fun. Of course, when you get together with friends, you get fun and goofy, so I thought that the No Dancing on the Tables, even though we were not in danger of dancing on the tables, was a fun addition. So these red TVs, I just went ahead and drew myself a little TV. Designer privilege, I suppose. I can do that pretty easily. So I drew a TV, and initially I was going to put one letter in each of these TVs, but then I decided to use or make them a little bit bigger and use them as embellishments rather than title pieces. So I do want to cut out the centerpiece here to back this one specific one where I am going to put the title. And then the other ones are just going to be scattered into the page. The place was called Dawn's TV and Repair. It's kind of like a speakeasy where it looks like, well, it doesn't really look like a TV repair shop from the outside. It does, but it doesn't. You can definitely tell that it's something else, but you have to have a password to get in, and it's just a super cute little place with a really quirky name. So I went all in with the TVs and did Dawn's TV here on the TV, and then I also cut out and repair out of that same red cardstock in a cursive font, and I will add that as well when I decide where I want to put this TV. I was struggling just a little bit with placement in the beginning, and it resolves pretty quickly, but I was struggling a little bit. I want to put my journaling there, obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and tuck it underneath those photos. And now I can put "and repair" on the side there, and it will fit perfectly. I want to tuck a couple of these in, and I really think that that bold red really helps with grounding this layout too. I normally don't use a lot of colored cardstock. I really need to get into that more because I think that this really, really helped this page out. And we're going to stick this under here instead. And that gives me two other places to create embellishment clusters to give that sort of triangular power of three design style. There, now it says "and repair." Put this back. Oh, it's going to move around a couple times. We don't know where it's going yet, but it is going to make it on this page because it's adorable. And where else am I going to use it except for on a page like this? So now I have some more embellishments, and I'm going to go through the rub-ons and start adding those on instead while I still don't have a lot of bulky things on the layout. It's a lot easier to add rub-ons when everything is still pretty flat. I want to add this border in underneath the title, and I'm going to trim off the edge so it doesn't overlap that black border. And I'll use that little bit somewhere else. And then I need to make sure that this glues down, and of course the other end of this is clogged. I ordered a new one, but we're going the messy route with this one. Perfect. I really love the way that that title is grounded down in that bottom corner. I think it looks really good. Plus, with the white journaling card over the white paper, it kind of needed something to close off that corner. Ice cold drinks. Those milkshakes were boozy. They were really cute, except they are an absolute lie, and the whole entire center of them is completely hollow, which I guess is good for my waistline, but I was not happy that I didn't get all the ice cream I thought I was going to get. Please no dancing on tables from the rub-ons. Fits a lot better there. Cute. This is coming together real nice. I still feel like it needs to be a little bit, maybe not messier, but like a little bit more mixed media-ish, since I am leaning into the mixed media here. It's still looking pretty clean. So I think what I'm going to do, or I know what I'm going to do, is rip off the top and bottom of this page. And I'm going to add in some more pattern because it was just looking a little too white for me. So I want to add in more of this red checkerboard, but I felt like that was overwhelming, too much red checkerboard. So I'm also going to add in this diner sort of paper, and I think that that really works perfectly. I'm going to put the torn diner paper underneath the top paper, and then I'm just going to back the very bottom and top with the red checkerboard. Look at, that's so cute. I should have backed it with this teal. Look how pretty that is too. But I do like the red, so it's okay. And I'm just going to, I was going to use the teal paper to try and make it 12 by 12, and then I decided I'll just trim it. It'll just be easier if I trim it. Look at how cute this is coming out. I really love it. It's really odd working in 12 by 12s again, but I definitely needed a change for this year. I've been feeling a little bit, not unmotivated, but uninspired. So we're going back to 12 by 12s and 9 by 12s for a little while and seeing how that works out. Of course, I'm going to be doing the other sizes as well because I still have albums in progress, and I like varying up what I'm working on, but it's nice doing some 12 by 12s again. So I think all of my Wisconsin trip will be 12 by 12s. All right, added in my journaling. Now I'm going to add in a couple of stickers here and there. And then I decide that, like I said earlier, that I need some more mixed media. I really like this "We Are Open," so I'm going to add this in here, but not there. I'm going to put this back. I wanted it to be up there in that corner, but it was covering up too much of the photo, so it's going to go down here instead. Okay, so I have this chipboard. I'm going to rearrange those letters a couple times too. And now I'm going to work in some mixed media with these rub-ons. They're just really subtle additions to this page, but they add a lot to it. And then here's where I start adding in more color. Once I had the colorful background behind the white paper, I just knew that I needed to add more color in here. So I'm going to add this yellow 3x4 to the background here, making sure that I keep that Good Eats and that hamburger on the edge so that it realigns with that rub on perfectly again and I don't mess it up. But I needed a little bit more yellow showing, so we're going to put that back in there. And then I'm going to add the black and white checkerboard. Even though I didn't want to add more checkerboard to this page, it was really my only option that I had left. And I do think it looks good. I would have preferred a blue or something like that, but I think it's kind of cute anyway. So I added it under here, and that delineates the journal card from the background a little bit better and makes it look just like it pops out a little bit more and stands out. And then I'm gonna add in some black ink splotches because I just felt like we needed a little bit more black. So I'm gonna add those in and I'm going to call it good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. And I will see you next time. All right, thank you.